How the fuck are you guys doing today? So today we're out here, we're fixing something. By the title it'll have the code of whatever we're fixing here. Actually what we're fixing is, I already know what it is, but I want you guys to kind of look and see if you could figure it out. So what we have is we have a 2017 or 2019 Peterbilt 567 with a check engine light that stays on all the time. The engine run fine, everything like that. This is, we have an electrical problem somewhere, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll around here to the check engine area and see if you guys can figure out what the problem is. Okay, if you see here, we have a constant check engine light on. But do you see anything else on the dash in this area that looks a little weird that you would normally have? What you can do is scroll through. We're going to go to warnings. We have no warnings or faults. So that's kind of a clue there. All right. Everything else seems to be fine. All right. But do you see this right here? We have no outside air temperature, okay? Now, let's get our fancy dancy fucking computer out here. Okay. Oh, goddamn, there's no way to... Alright, so let's go to fault codes and see what we got. Okay, what we have is ambient air temperature sensor 1, circuit high voltage, normal or shorted, high to source. It is a 0249 code and it says it's active. Okay, now we can look and go, well, do we really believe that or whatever? But we can go up here to data monitoring and logs. Okay, well, once this kicks on. Okay, now let's scroll down here to, we want to go to sensors, if you can see that right there. Okay, now we got all of our sensors here. Now we're looking for ambient air temperature. So let's scroll down here. I kind of know where it is. Alrighty, here is our ambient air temperature right here, sensor. We have 4.9 volts, and you can kind of see it. It's bouncing back and forth. But it also says that the air temperature outside is 302 degrees. Well, if that was it, we would all be melting here or cooked like hot dogs. So now that tells me something's wrong with that sensor. Where this sensor is mounted is out here on the mirror. Now, if we look at our evidence here, oh boy, we got some type of paint and our sensor seems to be broken. So let's go ahead and figure out how to fix this. Here, we got to pull this out. All right, there's our outside ambient air temperature sensor. Okay. As you can tell, that's fucking foobarred. So we got to put a new one on those and see if the code goes away. Alrighty, here is the part number that you will need. Okay, and what it comes with is your new ambient air temperature sensor. This thing is 115 bucks. And, well, shit. It comes with 2 of these. So, what we got to do is, let's cut this off. Alright, pull this back just a little bit. Oh shit, I got another tool for this. Let's get our loom opener so we don't... You will stab yourself in the face with this thing, is what I see. So we got that peeled back a little bit. Oh boy. All this heat shrink on there. You got to get to these wires. That's the biggest pain in the ass. You know, I don't understand. This is going to get hit a lot. I don't understand why they don't put it on like a Deutsch connector, to be honest with you. But Deutsch connectors are expensive. And if they can get rid of a connector somewhere, they're going to get rid of a connector. All right. Jesus God. Come on, you motherfucker. Okay. Alrighty. So we'll get our wire strippers here. Now let me find my connectors. Shoo-wee. All right, we'll put this back together. Oh, come on. Okay, we got one in. I'm going to go ahead and get another one in. Alrighty. Now, we got this, and it already comes stripped. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's put blue to blue. See, this is not all this difficult. Okay. I'll tell you what, they do got this tight as shit. Oh, come on. These butt connectors, when you get them kind of tight, they kind of suck. Let's get that going. Get that up in there. Still not right. Okay, better. The problem is these big ass connectors. Get it just like that. Squeeze that down. Alrighty. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in there and I'm going to look at the computer. Alrighty, we got that fixed. The ambient air temperature went from 300 degrees down to 100 and something degrees. I'll show you guys that in a second. Let me get these wires heat shrinked up. Get some electrical tape over these things. And we'll put this all back together out here. Alrighty, let that cool for a second. It doesn't help that it's 95 degrees outside, to be honest with you. Go ahead and tape this up. Hot. Hot. Okay. Then what we'll do is they had this kind of all hucker bunked up in here. Okay, and then this thing, I think it slides in just like that. I'll put that back up in this wire holder. Okay, there's that. Now, here is the cover. Okay, there's that. Alrighty, well, we'll go get moved back in the cab and see what we got. Now, as you can see, we got ambient air temperature. It's 84 degrees outside. That's probably a little bit closer. Let's come over here and look. Now we have 3 volts instead of like a maximum 5 volt. It tells us that type of stuff. So we'll go ahead and close out of that. Come back in here to fault codes. And now that you see this is inactive, since we fixed that, so we can reset these just like that. Alright, so we gotta turn the key off. Then we have to wait our 100 seconds. But that's how you fix ambient air temperature sensor on a Peterbilt. You got to find out that it's broken first and all that shit, and then you go from there. We got that fixed. You know, we're just sit here and wait for this thing to get all done, but whew, that's fixed. At least the check engine light's on, and that thing also has to do with fuel mapping. So this thing got about 3 miles to the gallon because it was fucking lean as fuck. But other than that, like always, check out Instagram, Facebook, fucking Patreon, all that bullshit. And like always, thanks for watching. And I gotta fucking go.